Hello and welcome to another edition of Titans Review Corner. Today I thought that I would do the few Sailor Moon related compact that I own, since due to their expensiveness I have very little in this area, but I'll do what I can. I'd like to start with the American, what did they call this? Crescent jewel box or something. You could get this at KB Toys back in the day. I got mine I think for like $2 or $3. It comes with a silver Imperium ring and a little necklace that you can, a little heart necklace. I think that you put the ring on it. Oops, now I messed it all up. Stuff it back in there. Anyways, I really liked it, mainly because it was Sailor Moon related, and it reminded me a lot more of Sailor V's weapon, and I don't know if they did that on purpose or an accident, but I have seen this once, the Japanese version of this for sale, and it was ridiculously expensive. Made in China, huh? I wonder if that's missing anything. Anyways, so that, I really like the look of it. It's too bad it's not smaller. Next, I'll move on to the American Compact. So you can see it looks like the first season on the front. You open it, it turns into second season, and this does work. Until I do that. So now I have to do it again. I played with that a long time. These are actually, I think, are the original batteries I put in. I don't think I've had to change them yet. I could be wrong on that, because I've had this for ages, and sometimes I just don't remember. Anyways, the difference between... The difference between this and the Japanese versions, obviously, this original cover, the toy for the Japanese version was actually really cheap looking. It's just a solid piece of plastic, and that was it. It came with like the tiara and earrings and a couple other little things, and it was just all part of a big box. They didn't actually release it as a solid compact like they did all the other ones. Now the inside obviously matches the R version, except for this. For some reason they decided to take that out and put the logo in. It's actually a mirror, which, duh, compact. Oh, I get it now. Yeah. Anyways, and you could wear it around your neck, though if you're an adult like me, it ends up being more like here. Eventually I thought that maybe I would do something with it, but right now it just sits in my collection. Let's do this. This is Chibiusa's compact. It is actually the original Japanese. The way that you can tell the difference, because I see her compact up a lot, is here, well, maybe not there, but down here in particular, if you can read it in English, it's not the Japanese version. The other way that you can tell with most of the toys, at least, let me actually do this, close this back up, is this right here up in the corner. It's I call it the cat in the hat sticker. It's actually the logo for Toei. So if you see that on there, chances are it's an actual Japanese product. Now, sadly, this has seen a little bit better days. As you can see, it must be this one. As you can see, there's a horrible yellowing on this, but yet the rest of the stuff's fine. Good for it. So, and then it has Chibiusa doing her little pose from S season, and it's probably going to be like super hard to tell, but this part, the other way that you can tell if they don't have a box, is this is actually one of those 3D hologram things from back in the day. The Bandai Asia version, which is the not made, well, I don't know, yeah, this isn't even made in Japan, but the non-Japanese one actually is flat. There's the word. So there you go for that. Sadly, I broke the little clip on mine, so mine doesn't stay closed. And it comes with a chain, but my chain sucks. The little bit that goes, I swear there was an extra little bit. Anyways, so there's no place that you can really pin it or anything. I mean, if you came up with like a pin idea to put it through that, you could. So the necklace thing, not really working so well for it. And this box is, I swear, lopsided, because the only way that you keep the chain in is by like putting everything in and then sort of, because, yeah. Stay, no. I hope I don't have to do one of those 20 minutes later things. Stay. There. That's one reason why I don't like taking it out of the box very much. So, our compact, there were 2 versions released. Actually, I think they did it for, they at least did it for our season, and I'm pretty sure the Super S season, because I have seen 2 versions of that. They re-released it for the Sailor Moon World series. So the way that you could tell the difference between that, the re-release is more pink, like a really out there magenta. And obviously the box, if you can see the little Sailor Moon World logo on it, sort of self-explanatory. Usually I see compacts run from, they're usually never less than 100. Usually end up being like 125 to sky's the limit. I've seen the Stars one up on eBay go for 500 and some. The worst part about that, and I will warn any of you that are looking for compacts, all it does is beep. That's it. I mean, I think it, like, the middle lights up, but is that really worth $500? Really? I could tell you most of my collection, I try to keep it under insane amounts. Like this I spent 40 for. I mean, granted it was years ago, but now the last thing on my list, because I wanted to talk about it a little bit longer, is the Star Locket. Now, there are several versions of this. As far as I know, the America didn't make it, but there's the original Japanese, there's the Bandai Asia, there's a European one, and there's a Korean one. I think there might be even one more. This one, I couldn't even tell you which one it is. I did not get it with the box, unfortunately, but I think I only spent, and most of you are going to groan, I spent like 30 bucks for it. It was back in 2000, 2001, but it has all of the copyrights on it. The only thing is it says Bandai 1992. Doesn't say Bandai Asia, so I sort of ruled out that it couldn't be that. It has only Japanese on there and English. It says made in China. I've been told the original manga, because of, I'm guessing because it was early on, it was actually made in Japan. So I'm almost wondering if this was a re-release for Japanese market. But I've yet to actually somebody to give me definitive proof which version this is. So, pops open, which is pretty awesome. And I'm only going to wind it up a little bit because mine's very temperamental. Please don't start again. Dang it. So, due to how temperamental mine is, whoops, I actually have to let it wind down completely before I shut it, because otherwise it likes to get stuck. I had it wound way too tightly for years. I actually ended up not throwing it, but it ended up getting put in a box with actually some of my other Sailor Moon stuff. And I knew I had it, but I couldn't remember where it was until probably '07 or '08 when I rediscovered it. And that's probably also why it's in such good condition. There's some scratches on it, but it's so minimal. You have to really be looking to see them. That's the other thing, is the coloring. I've been told that the coloring is different depending on which locket you get too. I guess the original Japanese is more yellow, I guess. I would like to see it in person before I go, oh, okay, oops. So, that's really the big thing. If you're, it depends on what kind of fan you are. If you're a stickler to, say, the Japanese versions like I am, or if you just want it for, say, cosplay purposes, then, there's nothing wrong with buying Bandai Asia. It was a legitimately released product. It's not a bootleg. It just was released in the different part of the world. So, sadly most of the prices are about the same. You can sometimes get it for a little bit cheaper if you go with Bandai Asia, but it also depends on, who's selling it. If they know what it's worth, then if it's not an auction. So I have nothing else to say about this. So hopefully you will find it informative. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or email me. Have a good